the first thing that we should tackle is your mindset, right? So how do you see the game from the point of view of a competitive player, right? So you get into an official game or into a scrim, and how do you see your role in that game?
My role, I would describe it, depends on my team comp and the enemy team comp, and this will change the thing that I need to do. So usually I try to get the prio in the mid lane, look that we can contest some objectives. Maybe I can help the jungler, or maybe I can dive the bot lane, or help the top lane if it's a bit vulnerable, or if the lane is volatile on the top lane, and a gank would increase the chance that my top laner can snowball the lane. So yeah, I would say that the role on mid lane for me is a bit versatile, and depending on the team comp, it will change.
Okay, that's fine. So first a question: did you have a head coach or any coach in your previous team?
No.
Okay, I see. So keep in note that I will tell you some things about team play and how I see mid laners as a part of the team. But some of the strategies and the mindset that I will tell you, they might need to be adapted to what your current head coach wants. Because when you are in a team with no coach, then you just kind of do your thing, no one really cares.
Yes.
But when you have a head coach, he will have specific things for you to do. For example, I'm picking you Ari because we have a Lee Sin player and I need you to be able to roam and get jungle advantage, right? And then that's how you view the game. How do we get the jungler to be ahead, and how do we get my Lee Sin to be able to win the game? Because generally, team play is simpler than solo queue when it comes to how you analyze it. And what I mean by that is, in solo queue, you often need to consider like 20 different variables, right? Like, what will my teammates do? There isn't really a plan in solo queue, so everything you do is a solo play. But in team play, if you guys just come as free and you dive top lane, there is no great macro there, and there is no great outplay to be made. You will just kill the guy, right? Because he's alone. So beyond the laning phase, the game can be greatly simplified, and that's why it's important to have a good idea of what you really want to do in the mid-late game as a mid laner, and what your role is. So first, let's start with thinking what makes a good mid laner in team play. Okay, so who are your favorite mid laners that play competitive?
I would say Caps, Faker, and that's about it. I don't really watch pro play, if I'm honest.
Okay.
So I can't really say something, because I don't know other mid laners and what makes them great.
So Caps is pretty much the best mid laner in EU. Maybe Nemesis, if he came back to like proper pro play, could challenge him. But what do you think makes it so that Caps can be the best in EU?
I watched some YouTube videos, and I heard that Caps is a bit volatile in solo queue. He's always limit testing, and he's either 10-0 or 0-10. So I think he sees solo queue as an opportunity to learn his limits, and if you know the limits, it's very valuable, because if you know that the enemy is in a kill range at 51% HP, it's very nice that you know it and you can engage. and if it's something that the enemy doesn't expect and maybe needs to think about, if the enemy engages on him, you have a big advantage, I think, because if you need to think, you are already in a disadvantage, because maybe you will use your abilities a bit less fast, or you will you won't use your flash, so that will put you in a disadvantage, I think.
Yes, so it is true, Caps does limit test a lot, and he does know his limits, but also another defining factor of Caps is how dominant his lane is compared to other mid laners. There was a time where Humanoid was contesting him heavily, and then Nemesis, of course, when he was playing in LEC, but generally Caps just wins his lanes. Or at least when Caps wins his lanes, that's when he really shines. And if you look historically, the times where Caps was like undisputably the best, and when G2 was winning the most, was when Caps was winning his lanes.
Mm.
And the same goes for Faker. There was a time where Faker was not winning lanes that much. Like 2020, 2021 were somewhat rough in that regard. And T1 did not succeed at all. But now Faker has gotten his laning up to par with like Chovy and other lane-oriented mid laners like Knight, and he won Worlds twice. Of course, there are other factors. Like there is this there is a factor of leadership, and there is also like mid game. Like laning is not everything, but generally, the best mid laners have the best laning. So that's what I would focus on. There are several reasons for why I would focus on laning. First, in solo queue, you always practice laning, right? So you can't really practice mid-game macro in solo queue, like you just kind of run around and kill people after a certain point. But laning you will always do. Two, it's a fairly isolated part of the game, because in team play you still have some roaming and some like jungle cover, but generally speaking, there is a lot of time where you are just 1v1, so you have a lot of impact that you could do here. And three, is just very valuable as a skill, because again, it's fairly isolated. So if you have a mid laner that's just losing, you can't really play the game, because if your mid laner has no prio, the enemy jungler always has prio from his mid laner, right? And then the game becomes difficult. So that's what I would focus on. And also one more thing is that people in competitive play very scared. That's also something I noticed with you. I looked at your BO5 and then I looked at your solo queue for comparison. I looked at, I think, this game, and there was also a Galio game. I don't know where it is now, but an Orianna versus Galio game. Or an Ari versus Galio game. And you play way more aggressive in solo queue than you do in team play, which simply means that when I play against you in team play, it will be way easier for me to beat you because you are scared. And you aren't making the optimal moves because, for example, you are scared of taking the risk. So that means that the laning phase is actually when you can hit the mid laners that you face the most, because they aren't really prepared for it. But in mid game, they can just kind of run around with their team and do drakes. Like that's fairly automatic, so it's hard to challenge them there. But anyways, we are into Swain. So how do you see this? For now, we are just doing 1v1. We don't care about the junglers.
The matchup, in my perspective, I think if I have the champion with more range, I have an advantage, usually. And in this matchup, I have with my Q and E more range than Swain, so I will be able to poke him. And if I can gain stacks, and use my abilities to poke him low. Maybe there's a threat for him, so my jungler can gank, and maybe we can get a kill, or we get the pressure, and maybe secure objective, or we can invade the enemy jungle, or I can maybe take a plating.
Yeah, I generally agree. I think that this matchup is very easy for Syndra because he can't really do anything, and you have to actively fail to dodge his E. Like, you know, Swain's E is kind of slow and he's shorter range, so if you get caught by his E, it's your fault.
I agree.
Okay, let's actually up. Let's just 720, sure. Okay. So pushing is fine. This is not fine. So this is something you will do quite a lot, which is that you will just queue roughly on the enemy and hope for the best, without really having any timer in mind, right? So do you know the best timer to actually throw an ability at someone?
Yes, if this win wants to last it, he will be stationary, and I have the opportunity to hit my abilities.
Yeah, so that's what we will be looking at. Also, you seem to hit this minion a lot early, which is good. But there is a trick you can do, which is that when you hit it, like before it comes into your wave, you actually don't want to click here. You want to click more to here and to, like, walk in a circle kind of, so that it follows you, and then it will go into your ranged creeps.
Okay.
And then
I
it's a
didn't know
lot
that.
easier to kill it. Because here it stops following you. And do you know why it stopped following you?
I think because the minions from me attacked him, so at the same time that he gained damage from my minions, he stopped. He got or he changed the aggro.
It's not actually that. It's more about how the minions see the game. So what a minion sees, it has its list of priorities, but other than that, it just sees, okay, this guy attacked me, and he's the closest one, so I will go at him. Okay? So he goes at you. Attack, goes. And then these minions will obscure his vision. He will not be able to see you. Just imagine that Syndra is the same height as this minion, okay? 1 meter, 1 meter. And so when he gets obscured by the minion, he drops aggro. This is more important when you are actually fighting someone. So you are playing, let's say, Syndra into Yona. You walk up here and you hit him. And now all of these minions are angry, right?
That's true.
So now what some people will do is they will like run here, and then the minions just keep chasing them. And then they can't really play the lane because the minions are in Narnia, right? So they are completely pushed off of the wave by the enemy minions, and that's not good. But the trick is to play somewhat close to your minions, and then you hit. These people get angry, and then you just walk behind your minions. So how minions work is kind of like a bush, right? So if you auto someone from a bush, you get revealed. Like everything in the bush gets revealed. But if you walk out of the bush, you auto, and then you walk back, they can't see you, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's the same thing here. If you hit Swain now, these minions will gain aggro onto you. Because these minions become invisible. Just like a bush becomes invisible after you auto attack from it, right? I mean invisible as in everything in the bush is visible now. It's not covering anything. And then until you hide behind something else, these minions will keep on hitting you. But okay, this is fine. Although this is a problem, which is that you threw the Q, and now you are on a cooldown. That's fair.
Yeah.
But
The reason, I don't
Yeah.
know if it's a bad habit, but every time I play with first strike, I try to use my abilities like this because I want to proc the first strike as fast as possible, so that I maybe gain a gold advantage through this that accumulates.
Well, please consider this, right? Like if you played against Faker, right? The lane will be probably pretty difficult.
Yes.
So like it is expected that you would go, let's say, like minus 50 CS at 10 minutes. And at that point, I don't think he cares much about his first strike gold, because his lane advantage through just normal gameplay is completely winning him the game anyways, right?
That's true.
I think that first strike, so generally how I see runes, is except in some specific cases where you just have to play a certain rune page, generally runes help your gameplay. So as you are hitting the Swain, you get more gold. Great. And then later into the game, first strike has this bonus damage thing, right? So you simply deal more damage. That's great, but that's just an upgrade to your normal gameplay, and I wouldn't do weird things to play around your first strike. It's fine to, for example, wait for a second with like your full combo because your first strike is coming up, and then you do your full combo 2 seconds later, and you get like 100 gold. That's perfectly fine. But again, we are playing with the mindset of let's get a trade in. You know, like we aren't getting the trade because of first strike. But what I mean by the timer is that here, look, your Q is coming up. You have more range, okay? And you can Q while auto-attacking. He can't, because he has actual like animations. But like Syndra Q is not constrained by the animation. So you should not be playing here, right? Like his range is like this, at this point, like this. So play here. Always play at the edge of the enemy range, so that you can hit them while they can't hit you, and it also creates more pressure, because if like the Swain is here, do you feel any pressure from the Swain?
No.
No, because like he can't hit you ever, and he feels the same. The Syndra can't ever hit me. But if he was standing here, then it's a stressful situation, right? Because there is a fight.
That's true. That's a good point, actually.
Yeah, so all of these good midlaners, they know the range, and you also know the range generally, but just by feel, and they play like 50 units outside of that range. And the reason why Syndra into Swain is so free is because this is his range, and then you stand here, and then your range is here. So he is in your range while you are not in his, so you just win. And because Syndra has no animations, you can just keep walking around. But if he ever wants to throw E or something, he gets locked in an animation, which means that he gets hit for free. That's why Syndra and Toriana are the best midlaners, like midlane mages generally, and also Victor, because they can cast their abilities without having to stand still. While something like Arise gets abused quite a lot. I mean, he has a shorter range, that's fair, but also he just has to stand in place forever to cast his abilities. The bigger problem is that you are handshaking the line, which is again, as I said, this is generally what happens in like Master 0 LP to Grandmaster scrims and official games. People just handshake because they don't know how to play the line. Okay, but back to the thing. The guy got 2 CS as Swain versus Syndra without any contests from you. So you got hit by this. Was the Swain E cooldown?
I don't know, actually.
Maybe I also don't know, honestly. So let's check.
12 seconds, maybe? 12 seconds. It got changed recently. So.
Yeah, so like if we don't know a cooldown going into the game, we just do like Swain lol wiki and we check, okay? So his E is 14 seconds. Your Q is 7 seconds. So if you check this before the game, you would know that now you have time for roughly 2 Qs. So he should get poked on this minion and on this minion. Because he has nothing, right? Like he can maybe auto you, but you are never getting into his auto range. You should be like just beelining for him.
Yeah. Because would you
Yeah.
Would you say that auto-tech Q is a better trade than only Q?
I think it is considerable, especially if you have something like first strike, which just, amplifies it. I think it depends on your position, because sometimes if you, for example, walk here, like that's a comfortable position to be in, because you can just Q and run away easily. But if you auto him, the minions just kill you and you lose the trade anyways, right? So you probably
It's
can't
true.
auto in that thing. I think it's fine to look for auto Q as long as you aren't dying to the minions. So if you have like a minion that's like here, and then you can just pop out auto and hide behind it to drop aggro, I think it's fine.
Alrighty.
So now again, don't click like that. Just click like here, because this seems to be a good position, right? He doesn't really have any place to stand in, so he either tanks a Q from you, or he just loses EXP from the minions because he has to play here. And that just usually gives you some HP advantage because you hit the Q. Because this is two minions for free, 3 minions for free. Because again, he still has no E, but you are clicking here.
That's true. Usually, also, if I play Syndra, I usually play for the level 3 or level 2 power spike, so that I'm able to gain the stacks. The perspective that I can play around his cooldowns on his E and that I can threaten him with my Q is something that I didn't consider that much, but I think you're making a very good point, and I think I will adapt it in my games in the future.
This is also a suspicious move, this Q, because again, we want to kill him, right? Like we really just want to dominate the lane. That's your mindset going into the game, which is like, sure, you want to win, so you will do whatever breaks the Nexus, because that's what ends the game. But here, I want to dominate the lane. Do you know what elo this guy is? Diamond 4, 48% win rate, ADC main, Kassadin Draven player. There is a chance that this is a Smurf account, he was master last split. But currently looking at the thing, it's like you have 300 LP, right? So it's like a Diamond 1 player playing against like a Platinum... a Platinum 2 player and going even, Not the best.
The thing in competitive is I'm a bit new, so I learned that if I play too aggressive, the enemy jungle will come to my lane, and if I don't respect it, I might lose flash, or I will, if I push the lane and get ganked, maybe get zoned and can't really step up. At least that is my thought process.
That's a good observation. It's true, if you play very aggro like in solo queue, the jungler will punish you if you don't play properly. However, again, consider, if this was not like a Diamond 4 Kassadin player, but this is Faker, okay? Would he play aggressively in the lane against you? Okay, so let's consider a more even matchup. So this is Orianna, okay? So like the range is somewhat even, it's a skill matchup, right? Like, do you think he plays aggressive into you?
No.
Why not?
He is in a disadvantage because his champion is weaker than mine in this scenario.
Oh, I'm not talking about like this very screenshot. I mean like in general. Like this is just the matchup, right? Like the minute is like 0-0, 130, right? Like, do you think Faker plays aggro into you if he's on Orianna and you are on Syndra?
I think yes. If this is the scenario, yes.
But why?
OriQ, I think, has lower cooldown than Syndra Q, and maybe he can zone me with the Q more.
I think the cooldown is around even. Like Orianna Q is like 6, yours is 7, so it's not that big.
Yeah, I think always a bit stronger because the passive enables her to deal more damage than me, and I'm not that strong level 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would place his Q on the lane and poke me with the Q, try to be outside of my Q range and poke me.
Okay, but just consider something that here you are using very technical arguments. Like you are going with the mindset that, okay, like this is Faker, so he will try to maximize his advantages to get a lead on me, right?
Yeah.
But you yourself said that you have an aversion towards that because you are scared of getting ganked.
That's true.
So consider what enables Faker to, or at least what we think Faker thinks, right? Like we can't really ask him right now, but what enables him to play aggressively into you while you have a Xin Zhao, you know? Like your jungler is also in the game. So why would he be able to play aggro into you? Like what do you think it is? Like why are you scared of a gank and why is he not scared of a gank?
In the scenario, me against Faker.
Yes.
Maybe his experience. Also, he's a good player and has knowledge about matchups and maybe gank times. Maybe he knows where the jungle paths from top to bot or bot to top and warded. So he has a bigger window to back or to play aggressive if he sees Xin or not.
Okay. So consider this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, for Faker, you have a list of actionable steps that he can take to get to know your jungler's pathing and avoid the gank. If he has a ward here, for example,
Yes.
and he plays very to bot side, and then like generally you play in a diagonal, so you would play more to top side, right? Like it's weird to play here. So you would probably play here. What that means is that if your jungler comes like this, he can just run out very easily. And if your jungler just clears, shows up on a ward, he knows, oh, the guy is here, let's switch. And it's the same situation, like if your jungler comes, he just runs away. That's an example of how to deal with a jungle gank. And what that tells us is that there is a way to play fairly aggressive. Of course, you can't just play super aggro and hope for the best, it needs to be smart. But there is a way to play aggressively, get advantages in the lane, while avoiding jungle ganks and also support ganks. I don't think support ganks are something you are dealing with yet, but they are a factor. But they are a factor when you go into higher divisions. Supports will commit to like blow your summoners. It's something you will also have to keep in mind.
Well, that's true.
What I want you to get away from is the mindset of I'm a rookie, you know, like I'm kind of scared, you know, like the guy might gank me and then I lose flash. It's true, okay, like you are a rookie and the guy might commit and then you might not track him properly and you might lose flash. But if your answer to that is let me play safe in a winning matchup, you will not develop yourself. Because there is no skill involved in sitting back. Like this guy is also sitting back. He's not punishing you for anything. But there is no skill expression in that. I can also sit under tower against, like, I don't know, Zeus top lane, you know? I'm a top laner.
Okay.
Like, sure, I won't beat him, but I can pick, like, Ornn and hope for the best. But if you accept, okay, I have certain steps I can take to deal with the threat of the jungler, and then I will take them, then you will fail initially, but then you will learn because you are giving yourself the room to improvement. So I suggest that when you have a problem, well, you feel bad because it's a good indicator. You feel bad about something. Maybe you feel scared to play against Zed or against Katarina. How does it feel for you to play against Katarina?
Against Katarina, I usually respect her, so I won't play aggressively. I try to poke her if she wants to Q the minions or auto-attack the minions, and try to find windows to poke her. I
Mhm.
will try to freeze the wave in front of my tower so that she needs to step up. I know she isn't able to one-shot the wave, so I can sit under my turret or in front of my turret safe. Don't have the threat that she will kill me because she can't one-shot me in the early state. And I can gain an advantage because she can't last hit the minions and I'm able to do so.
Okay, but have you ever experienced this where you freeze the wave, you are full HP, all great, you even poked her a bit, you are both like level 7, okay, like you already got your first back off, and then she goes bot lane, you ping them 20 times, but they get like triple kill anyway.
In solo queue, yes.
Yeah, in solo queue. I mean, nobody plays Katarina in comp, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So like it's the same, like you play against Zed, you beat him in lane, you even solo kill him early, but then he just goes bot, like when you freeze the wave, triple kill. GG.
That's true, but I think if I don't do this, let's say it depends if the enemy also has a Shaco in the jungle. I'm not that comfortable pushing, so she can maybe try to freeze the wave, and if I want to step up, Shaco is near and can Q me and E me and maybe kill me. So in this scenario, I wouldn't play that aggressive. Sometimes I don't freeze the wave and just have a neutral wave state. So Kata will still be on the lane. And if, I don't know, my jungler wants to invade or gank, or the Drake is up and he pings he wants to root the Drake, I will hard push the wave and follow him so we can secure the objective. So my playstyle varies a bit.
That's fair, right? Like you have to adapt, but again, we are not playing with the mindset of I'm going to dominate this Katarina.
That's true, that's true.
We are playing with the mindset, okay, let's freeze so maybe I don't die. Like that would be very nice. If I don't die, I'm very happy. That's just not the way to get better fast. And that's a way to really mental block yourself from improving. Imagine this, so you freeze, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And in solo queue, this works well in terms of just the 1v1. Let's forget about the bot lane for a second. But in in competitive, this Katarina or the Zed will just have like a Sejuani that will come and push the wave, right? And then when that happens, you can't do anything because they are two people and they already have a stacked wave, so you have to like slowly farm it under tower, and then they go and kill your bot lane. You couldn't do anything, or at least that's what you think, because you are into Zed, you know, like you froze the wave to be very safe, but then the jungler pushed, you know, like nothing you can do. And that's what will happen to you if you don't play properly, to really just get leads. Because if you just beat the Zed in lane before the jungler even has a say in anything, then it's easy. Like what is Xin Zhao doing? He's starting his first buff. The enemy jungler is also going to be doing the first buff. Maokai. So Maokai needs at least 3 camps. Maokai is not level 2 ganking you.
Mm-hmm.
So Maokai is doing like Raptors, Krags, Red. And then maybe he will come for a gank.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that you have like a minute 30? Or just like, let's say a minute for now. A minute is 2 waves that you can just play. So he's going to come maybe at the 3rd wave. So what you do is your Xin Zhao is pathing. For now, he is topside. Okay? So let's say what you do is you play aggro. Okay, so you play aggro and you play like here. And the 3rd wave comes. It's like 230 now. Then you just go a bit up and you drop a ward here, and you just keep playing topside.
Mm-hmm.
And like, what is he going to do? Like, he can't walk through here, and if he did like red to cracks to raptors, he won't go around just to kill you, because he will lose way too much time here. And as your Zinzao is pathing down, you can simply wait for him to walk a bit closer and then shift back, right? So here you are safe from a gank, and here when both junglers are bot lane, you can shift to your Zinzao, and because you have a stacked wave, because you are punishing, right? You are poking, so you are also pushing. You have prio for him to win the crab, and then you are just winning the game for your jungler.
Mm-hmm.
Also consider another scenario. Top lane is Camille, okay, so you have a Camille. Enemy is not Renekton, let's say Jax, okay, Jax.
Mm-hmm.
Very volatile matchup, or even better, Irelia. That's a matchup that could happen. Camille versus Irelia, very aggro matchup, so both junglers will be pathing towards it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say you have like an aggro jungler like a Nidalee, enemy has a Hecarim. A dream scenario for the Nidalee is that she does her free camps, she clears fast, and then she goes and she invades the raptors. So as she goes and she invades the raptors, what does she need? She needs you to be crushing the third wave, right?
That's true. Yeah.
And then if you crush the third wave, what happens then? The Hecarim comes, you both just beat him away, and what does he do? This is cleared. This is cleared. He can't go here because his midlaner is under tower useless. You guys are two people. So he can't do anything, so he will just like go and wait for the bot crab. So already we are gaining plus 12 CS for the Nidalee, which is effectively what, 36 versus 12. So you just made your jungler go triple the CS of the enemy. Just from mid prio.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys go and you dive Irelia. And the game ends, it's over. Because now, like, think about what happens, right? So you probably know this. When you crush the wave under tower, it bounces, right?
If he isn't fast enough to clear it, yeah.
Yeah. So like you dive the Irelia or something, the wave bounces, and you have a Camille, good setup. So you just go back mid, chill. Now your jungler like clears blue Gromp, goes and kills Irelia again. And you don't, like, in top lane, you don't recover from being two kills down, right? Like, you just die over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So the game is over from you having prio on the third wave.
That's true.
And that's why Faker is playing aggro into you. Because one, he thinks he can get an advantage just from laning, which is always good. And two, if he doesn't play aggro, like to the limit, right? He will not die from the jungler, but he will play just at his limit. But if he doesn't do that, and you do play at your limit and you push him away, you get all the prio, you will just win the game solo in like 3-4 minutes. So that's why it's so important that you know how to lane and you really play to win always. You always play to win and you play to dominate, so that you can get these leads that allow your team to win. That's what makes a good mid laner.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's go back here and just again consider you could have gotten a lead here by playing more aggro, and then you get prio. And again, a play that's possible is Zinzao does free camps. Maokai is very weak early. Like this champion has no damage in a 1v1. He does like free camps, red buff, and invades the blue and Gromp. And if that works, Maokai can't do anything because he can't get any crab really, maybe top crab. And he will lose a camp. And enemy bot lane can't punish your Sivir. Which Sivir is weak, right? So we don't want her to get like ganked by Maokai. So if you get prio and you move, and Zinzao moves, your Sivir suddenly is winning because she's strong-sided. And if you lose lane to Sivir, you just lose the game.
That makes sense, yeah. Why is pressing tab something?
So first you remind yourself of the enemy's runes, That's useful, and summoners. Because you will not remember the loading screen. And second, you check pots. Third, you check jungle CS once he shows, right? Like every camp is 4 CS, so if you see Maokai having 12 CS and going bot side, he did his 3 top side camps, so you know where he will be. And fourth, your enemy will come back with like a pink ward after a recall, like this control ward, right? And then he goes out of vision. And then you press tab again, pink ward missing. And then you know exactly based on how long he walked for, right? Like you know how long it takes to walk somewhere. If he placed it in the pixel bush or in the like this bush that looks like a banana.
Yeah.
Or maybe just in the lane. There is like a ton of info that you can get, and even without looking at the minimap, if the minimap is covered. We see Swain, so he is visible. We don't see Volibear, so he has a question mark. So by spamming, so if you spam tab, and you can see on the minimap, we don't see anyone. So by spamming tab, you can get the like just know who is visible, and if you notice, which you will just learn to do automatically after some time. If you notice that the enemy Nautilus has been missing for like 20 seconds, not looking at the minimap, just spamming tab. Then you realize, okay, let's think about where he could be, because he might be coming for me. He's out of vision for a long time. So tab just has a lot of information, and like when you don't press tab, I feel kind of like blind because I don't see anything. Like I have no idea what is Swain's starting item.
It was Duran's ring.
Yeah, like we saw on the tab, right? But we don't know here, and it's kind of important. Right? Like if he has D-Ring versus D-Shield, for example, you play a bit differently maybe depending on his mana, right? Because his mana regen is different.
Yeah, usually I check, not every time, if it's something where I think it's quite unusual. If I don't know, if I play against Syndra or Ori, I always assume she has Duran's ring. Or if I play against Yono, I assume he has Duran's shield if I play Syndra.
That's
But
fair,
I think,
right? But
I think
it's good to check.
you're making a fair point. I don't know if I'm pressing tab more often after some time, after 4 or 5 minutes in game, because now I see the value in pressing tab, but if it's so early in the game, I don't think it's that much valuable.
Well, it is actually true, right? Like you don't care if like the enemy support goes missing for a second now, because obviously he's bot lane. But at least click the enemy so that you have like a permanent window here.
Yep.
Because if you notice, before you click him, we didn't see anything. So just have him clicked, and then you even see some of his like rune cooldowns here, which is useful.
That's true. That's actually very true. Yeah.
And consider this: you queue this, okay? And then you put yourself in a spot where you can't really walk up because you don't have Q. So you can't really set up these minions to be auto-attacked, right? Like you will have to queue them.
Yeah.
And this will directly lead to you missing an opportunity for poke, because here he will throw the E, okay?
Yeah.
He threw the E, so he just like, he has a gun, right? A pistol. And he's aiming at you, and then he just like pulls out the magazine and like throws it away and shoots his last bullet into the air. And what you say is like, sure bro, but I'm not going to beat you up now because I need to farm the minions. And then you let him reload. And like now you fight when you have nothing.
Yeah. It's a good point. I thought I had a minion, so I will have my auto attacks, he has his auto attacks, and I have my range minion attacking him.
I mean, you won't really lose this, right? But there is nothing to be gained here, right? Like it's just an HP trade.
That's true, that's true.
Also, this spot is way too early. Like, if he just doesn't hit you, you will regen above full, so you will waste some of the pot, and then you will hit level 2, which also heals you. So you just wasted a pot, like a full potion here.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you could have pulled this minion out
Mm-hmm.
by playing more to the side. But now you are hitting level 2. Like, you are hitting level 2 first, right?
Yeah,
So, like, if you hit level 2, you are, like, way stronger. You just QE him or something.
that's true.
Why are you in Narnia?
I waited for my first strike.
I mean, yeah, sure, but you can wait for your first strike here, right? Out of his range, like his E, you can just sidestep. Again, you need to have the confidence, right? Like, his E is a slow spell, I will just sidestep it.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
It's master now.
like, from here, if you now hit level 2, like, of course he's not gonna get hit by anything, and he's not going to lose anything.
Mm-hmm.
But why is he hitting level 2 at the same time as you? Because he's full HP, also what is this potion from him? But the reason for that is you have no push, you have no HP read. You already burned the potion, so he is very comfortable. So he can hit for free, and now he's just hitting, right? And then you are just standing around, because keep in mind, you don't have to hit him with your abilities when he's last hitting. You need to hit him with your abilities when he's locked in an animation. And look at his auto. He's locked in place.
Mm-hmm.
Auto locked in place. That's a good auto, right? Because he couldn't really do anything because he was locked in an animation. So here he will be constantly just locking himself in animations, and you are just not doing anything about it. Just play like here. So it's easy to dodge the E and throw Q at him. And then he will just run away like here, and then he can't hit the minions. So you got guaranteed push.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do the same thing. Stack this wave, like hit it a bit, crash the third wave, and call Zinzao to just invade his blue side after red buff. Win the game. Because here, look, you click very far away. After every auto, you just move back, and then he gets back to hitting the minion. So he hits level 2 at the same time as you. So you look now. He has level 2. It's not easy to beat him up now.
Mm-hmm.
So you just missed an opportunity. Like, there was like 45 seconds of laning phase, and you didn't use any of it. Like you had like 2 seconds of useful gameplay. The rest is just like waiting around, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But Faker would have like 45 seconds out of 45 seconds of useful gameplay. Good, right?
Thanks. I played Victor before, so I had my E not on
Yeah,
smart
that happens. Okay, so let's see what cooldowns he used. E. Oh, look, he has no E, so you just beeline for him. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
He still has no E. Your Q is longer range than his Q. Like, his Q is shit against you. So don't click here, but click here. Like, just beeline for him so that you can space him and then throw your Q as it's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Because before you get to here, it will be like 2 seconds. So then you just like play with the range, right? So that he can't hit you. And then you just wait for your Q to throw it instantly when it comes up.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, good. And now you have to respect a bit, that's fair. And good, like, this is good spacing. Your Q is coming up, you are walking at him. Easy Q, easy win. And you see how you are getting an HP read out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, like, I paused the video at 206. Now it's 228. So 28 minus 6 is 22. So you had 22 seconds and he's half HP.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine what would have happened if you fought him for a full minute. If you actually used the level 1 and the level 2.
Yeah.
Like, That's how you watch Faker or Chovy or any kind of like challenger smurf in like master tier, like not even in low elo, like master tier, grandmaster, like GM is not that good of an elo. And then they just get like plus 100 CS lead at 20 minutes. It's because they just beat people up, you know? And Maokai can't do anything yet. Like, look at Yorzinzao, he's finishing his third camp. So now in like 10 seconds, Maokai could be in one of these bushes, right? But we don't really care if he's here or here. If we are in the middle of the lane, we don't care. Now you actually have a timer. Something you could have done is Yorzinzao is going to bot side, right?
Yes.
So what you could have done is you throw this E. Okay, very nice. And actually just click bot side. And after you click bot side, because you can't fight him anyways, right? Like you don't really have anything. So you can spend some time to go bot side and drop a ward here. Not here, but here is a better ward. Because it also catches like this movement. And then you can like play here forever. And if you see Maokai, just like switch to the other side. Or since your Zinzao is coming, just kill him, you know? Like that's how you get easy early game kills.
Yeah. Do you think the ward is worth it? Because if I mean, placing a ward is always better than not placing a ward, but I think I usually try to find a window so that I can ward the bush, right, in the river, or maybe the blue buff or the birds, depending on the state.
What is the benefit of warding this bush over this?
I can, if the ward is in the bush, see a bit in the enemy jungle, also in the river. And if I place the ward in the river on the left, I don't see the jungler moving in the bush and maybe moving along the wall in the river. So maybe I miss him.
Like here you would see him, but here is true, right? Like if he does this, then you won't see him. That's fair. So your advantage is like a bit bigger vision. But at the end of the day, all this vision allows you to do is play here. Because you see this area in both cases. So yes, this ward is actually nicer, it's true. But you don't have the time for it often. So it's better to just go and drop it and play in the same way, because you don't live to ward, you ward to live, okay? So just drop the ward so that it has some utility, and then just chill out. Like drop the ward and just play the game normally. You often can't get the perfect game, like the perfect ward, but it's fine as long as you can do what you need to do. And this ward would allow you to play very aggro from here, because here is actually scary. Oh, we also see Volibear, that's interesting. But here is actually scary to play, because if Maokai comes from bot lane and you don't have any wards, then you will die. It's very far up. But if you have the ward, then you are completely safe and you are cheering, and then the Swain can't play the game.
That's true, I agree. Sometimes I'm a bit afraid if I try something new, so I don't do it. But you're making a good point.
That's actually quite normal to be afraid of like newer things. Like there is always some kind of anxiety because you are doing something you don't know how to do. But it happens, you know, like just a matter of doing it, failing a bit, and then learning how to do it properly. I mean, just look at how free the matchup is. Like you just walked up to the Swain level 2 versus level 3 and he can't do anything.
That's true.
That's not a great dodge.
No, sadly. He hit me.
Oh, let's check the minion aggro, just so that it sinks in. You will auto the Swain. Okay, look, you auto the Swain. Minions are angry. These minions. But as you go and hide behind casters, they instantly drop their aggro. Look, angry, hit. 0 damage.
Yeah.
Very nice. I mean, you know, all things considered, would be nice to have one more potion, like the one you wasted. If you had this potion, you would be able to play the game, and again, you would be able to set up some kind of play, possibly. If just Swain kept playing. Same goes for him. If he didn't waste his potion, he would be just like so much higher HP than you. Okay, some kind of fighting. Honestly, this is beyond like our... Oh wait, did he get caught by Emma? Okay, in the river? No, he just kind of walked there. Okay, that's on him. Because there are situations where your jungler gets jumped from like here, for example. And then it's your fault because you didn't drop that ward when the third wave came, right? But here it's not your fault. But anyways, so that's the early game. Let's look at other early games. So let's stick to that one topic, so we can get a good read on how to play the game, right? So this is into Swain again, so let's just see what changes. Do you have a different skin? No.
I don't think so, no.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you get hit by the E again. By the way, this guy, all of his abilities are AoE and go through minions, right? Why are you standing in the wave?
I think it's a habit.
I'm guessing, yeah? But like, do you see any justification for it?
In this match up, no.
Yeah, like it's useless. Because here he just gets... I hate this double click to minimize video. But anyways, in this matchup, you know, you are just helping him push. But if you are playing properly, which is like aggro, let's say here, pulling the minion, right? Like you are AFK, question mark. Like in Korea solo queue, for example, like against a good mid laner who just like walks up and pulls the minion, you can lose the game off of this, off of not protecting the minion. Which we will see in the game against I think you played Syndra Oriana, or Oriana Syndra, and we will see that like, but in reverse. Anyways, useless. Like, it's the same thing, right? Like, this is completely useless, you are wasting time, you should be poking him, not the minions. Because if he is low HP and he can't hit the minions because he's like here, then you get pushed anyways. Oh look, he doesn't know how to drop aggro, so the minions are chasing after him, and this is what I've been saying. He got a good trade, but now he can't play the lane for a few seconds because the minions are after him. And now you get to like play, but again, this Q is stupid. Because you will throw like 2 Qs into the wave and he will throw 1 more E into you. And then you are half HP. And you also miss the minion because of this. This is not that great. Okay, and now you should be like just beelining for him, but now again, it's the same situation as like here. He just missed E, but you can't punish because you have too many last hits, because you are AoEing the wave like crazy.
Yeah. As before, I thought, or I think, I play with Syndra for the stacks and for the level 2 and level 3 pause fight.
Yeah, but I really suggest not wasting time, right? Like you just wasted a level. Like, that's a long time. Also, another great pot from Swain. I have no idea why you guys keep potting so early. Also, you are panicking here. Like, he threw his spell, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you are leveling up W for, because you don't even know if you will need Q or QE or QW. So we don't know what you want, and here he throws E. So let's say you don't have a spell level, so you just sidestep it because it's easy to dodge. Great job. And now it would be nice to have that like punch power of just QE and beat him up. But you don't have it because 1, you leveled up W, and 2, you will waste your W for fun. He has nothing to do. The only thing he has to do right now is just dodging your spell. Look, no minions to last hit. Throw W, he dodges. GG, you know? That's a very brave auto against a Swain with E up, I think. E up, let's verify. Was the Swain E cooldown?
I think 14 seconds.
Yeah, 14. So let's see. Q, E at 12 seconds, so he has his E at 16 seconds. So I don't think you are in a threat, I mean at 26. Okay, so there is no threat of E. This is still stupid because you are auto-attacking into 3 minions. And you also didn't chain your spell at all, which is also weird. Why not just like auto and Q at the same time? Right, it's weird. But it all comes down to like being in a bad place at a bad time. And again, consider, why are you doing this? Why are you auto-attacking this minion? Like, yes, it sets up the Q, but we don't want to Q the wave. Because it's like, it feels good to just Q 3 minions and get the last hits, but it's useless, ultimately. Like, nice job, right? But now you need to poke him, and what do you poke him with if you have no Q?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, he lost lane here. Like, the lane is over. If you have E, that would help. But consider this, your minions are like laser focused on this one. And then they will be laser focused on this one. Well, his minions are just arriving in the lane, so you get level 3 faster, right?
Yep.
And you guys, Maokai is support, like, but the enemy jungler is useless right now. We know that he started at red, so we know that if you play from top side, there is nothing that can be done to you. And even from bot side, like, you just don't get ganked for now, because it's too early in the game. So if you just start walking aggro here with Q up, so you just leave these minions, let them be. With Q up, then Swain, if he fights you, you will hit level 3 as you are fighting and just win the trade very, very hard. Or if he just gives up, then like just sit on this kind of freeze, and he will miss like 4 minions of EXP. And again, like, this is a huge lead early, getting zoned from half a wave.
Yeah, I agree.
And then your jungler finishes clear, right? So like waves come like half a minute after another. So this is the 230 wave. Then this like slow pushes, and then you crash the 3-0 wave. So you crash at like 315. What happens to the junglers at 315? They finish their clear. So for example, there might be a play where you just go top and you dive the Yona. Or maybe there is a scuttle fight, which you are attending because you just crashed a big stack and the enemy is not. So this is how you translate, going back to the notepad thingy, this is how you translate winning the lane into winning the map. But you cannot win the map without winning the lane. It's just not possible against like competent players. Also here again, like, you are hitting level 3 soon, beeline for him. Go. A bad dodge on the aggro. Like, there was a risk that they would chase you and still deal damage. But yeah. If you like gave yourself a better opportunity with the Qs and more zoning, so he can't hit the wave, you would hit level 3 faster. And like, you see how you just kind of win, especially if you can keep your range.
Yeah.
So there is so much like room for you to improve the things. Like on this cannon, he should pretty much die if he even stops to E, right? Because he will want to E to like grab it from range. So our solution to that is to just walk far up. At this point, we do have to consider the enemy jungler, which again, why I like the ward when the third waves are meeting, because you can play to one side very confidently. But here we don't see anything. But we can play up assuming we know where the enemy jungler is, and if he ever stops to throw an auto or an E, we just load the full combo on him, right? So we just like load like QW, we don't even auto, so that we don't grab the minion aggro, and then we QE, because the E will be coming off cooldown, and he just dies, and you get like double the stack on the passive, because you throw like QW, that's a stack, and then you throw QE, that's a second stack. Very nice. So like, this is good. But don't hide. Right? Your karma is giving you space. So like now you should call karma to like give you the ward here and just play bot side. Because you aren't really roaming at this point. So just play more bot side. Okay, very nice. Yeah, easy win, right? And now you have a turbo comfortable spot for a recall. Why? Because you are slow pushing the wave. You can just press recall here. Like he needs 12 seconds to even get TP back to the tower. You aren't dying.
That's true, that's true.
And lane is over. Did he flash? I don't remember.
Yeah, he flashed, I preemptively used the W.
Oh, very nice. And now what happens? You both TP back to lane, okay? And even without considering that the jungler can come because the wave is bouncing back, right? All you have to do is poke him while not damaging the wave, and you are stronger, you just got a kill, right? So you buy like 2 amp tones, for example. Or you buy amp tone, corrupting pot, and refillable potion. Can you afford that? I think you can. No, you can't. So you buy like two amp tones and a potion. So you are stronger, and you keep hitting him as the wave is coming to you. And then as you get to like this point where it's a freeze, he's like 20% HP and he has to recall, so he misses like 2 waves. So you will be level 6 while he is level 4.
Yeah.
Like this game is over if this is like good elo, right? Like if everyone in the game is in a good elo, Swain dying while being slow pushed into, which is by the way why you don't trade while there is a slow push. If he just waits, the wave comes into him. Like dying like that is game losing. You need to TP. I think this is again this like risk averse behavior. I don't want to die. If I have TP, I'm very safe, you know, like I feel good. But if you just TP, also pink ward is completely useless because you have 2 wards and you already have vision. But anyways, if you TP, you can keep poking him now. You have a ward here. Play hard bot side. Have Sejuani hover you on this crab. Easy win. Because you just have a dark seal on him, and you have 2 wards, and you have already a ward placed, and you have hover from Sejuani, so just invest into 2 potions so that you can out-sustain him. Because again, we don't ward to live. I mean, we don't live to ward, right? Like, we aren't slaves of vision. Vision is our slave, okay? It will do whatever we need it to do. So you already have the vision that allows you to execute your plan of poking him and making him take a bad recall. Look, this is illegal that he gets to slow push this like that.
Yeah, I agree. I never thought it like this, how you described it, but it's a really good point.
Okay. Where did he place his pink ward? He went out of vision and he came back. So where do you think the pink ward was? Like, where do you think it is?
In the bush left from the red buff.
Yeah, I don't think it's anywhere because he didn't have any pink. I mean, that's a trap question, right? Like, I actually just trapped you to show you that, like, if you didn't press tab here, I wouldn't know. So I would tell you, yeah, you need to ping the pink ward here. But now we know that it's just a normal ward that will discover like the raptors probably. It's probably just a raptor ward.
Do you think a raptor ward would be better than a red buff ward? Not in the bush, but in the red buff pit?
I mean, nobody is in the red buff for 4 minutes, right? Until it respawns, so it's kinda useless.
Alright.
Okay, I mean, just QE him here, should be good damage. Yeah, nice. W out of range, right? So this is just something you will learn to do with time, although you should be fairly comfortable with Syndra. Yeah. But like, you need to really be careful with your abilities, because it would be nice to have the W now. He has no flash, so you can just W him for the slow after the Sejuani CC. If you have it, but now you don't have it. So maybe he would be nice to slow him, right?
That's true.
Because like here he dies, but maybe in another world he runs out. Also, look, like exactly what I said would happen happened. Bounce back, poke him a bit, jungler comes, game over. Pushing bad, because you have full resources, you have TP, you are in no rush to recall. But if you just chill behind your minions, he is the Knight Cannon and more minions, right? Like, just slow push this. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
What for? Like, you are very nice to him. You are saving the cannon for him. Will it die, or will you kill the cannon before it kills yours? Oh look, like, this cannon will not die. Like, he will get the cannon.
Yeah, it was a bit bad platform
look.
from my side.
Like, you are playing way too nice, and you are full resources. You are recalling. Why? Like, now you pushed, sure, but like, look at your vision. Perfect. So just stay here. Like, you already have your gold. Just stay here. You can just poke him now. And then again, the same plan. As the wave is coming back, you fight him. And if you ever take a bad trade, the recall TP, come back to a freeze, keep winning the lane, keep generating the lead. Because again, like, the game is over if you just keep playing normally and keep poking him on the bounce back. But here you TP, you get an Amptom and nothing, you even walk, and you don't get a refillable pot. You need refillable pot, it's really good. And here he just gets a free crash, this is super illegal.
Yeah, I agree.
But okay, so here we see another early game, let's go next. This is Syndra into someone, we'll see. Ion, okay, so that's the game. Syndra versus Ion is a different matchup. You can't really push into him very early. You can just kind of stand still and keep queuing the wave. So like, that's fine, but in that case we will just keep hitting him. So we hit him to actually get him low before we start hitting with like hard abilities like E. We want to poke him on level 1. So like, this is fine. Fine. Minions chase you to Narnia, let's see why. Because you hit him, if you just like walk like this, you will hide behind this minion and they will lose aggro, and you will have a good space for the next Q. Again, we are maximizing our time in the game. But here you have to walk to Narnia because you didn't drop the aggro properly, and you have Q up. And he's not getting Q'd, this sucks.
Yeah, but here's his tornado, so he might do into me.
I mean, honestly, just dodge it. Like, it's true, right? He can hit you. But the truth is that, like, it's a super telegraphed spell, so if you're good enough, you just dodge it. And again, like, you need to have this. How old are you?
I'm 21.
21, okay, so like, you know these like 16-year-old prodigies, right? Who are like, I'm better than everyone, I have huge ego, right?
Yeah.
Like, the reason that they get good fast is because they do have big ego, but this ego leads them to challenge everyone, right? So like this Yon thinks that he can hit the Q3 on me. No, I'm dodging it and I'm hitting him with my Q.
Mm-hmm.
And this leads to fast improvement. Because here you aren't actually pushing yourself in any way. Like, I can also sit there and click, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Also, what is the Q, right? We aren't maximizing the time we spend hitting him. We are not dominating.
Yeah.
Now he hits, like, he just walks up and queues our wave for free. This is good. And you see, you have these like flashes, like moments of good play.
Mm-hmm.
And you had like 2 moments of good play, and he's already 60% HP, more like 70. So if you are playing like super properly, constantly, he will be half HP now. Level 1. Sure, he has spot and D-shield, but this is not a comfortable spot for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Syndra into Yon is a free matchup. Oh, look. Q3. If you dodged properly, which is sideways and not diagonally away from him. So, this is this. Like, the proper movement is not perpendicular. It's not to go here. Like, this is bad. The good movement is to go here. So that he ends up like here and you are here. So you're out of his Q range. But you are in easy range to auto Q and then chase him and auto and just space him. Do you see the geometry here?
Yeah, but the reason why I click behind is if I'm more far away, I have more time to react to his ability and maybe see where the hitbox is and try to dodge it better.
Well, I mean, this is like undeniably true, right? Like, if you click back, he cannot hit it. Like, like if you click here, you are dodging the spell. That's true. But again, you are playing with the mindset of, I don't want to lose. I don't want to get hit. But you need to play with the mindset of, I will hit him. And to hit him, I need to dodge into the proper place. Because if I dodge here, he will be out of my range. Which happens, look. He's out of your range. He just walks out of your Q range. Sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But here you could have gotten an auto Q auto on him. And he would be this HP.
Yeah.
Okay. Useless. He will hit a minion, right? So just focus on hitting level 2 for now. This is the like random Q, which sometimes works. Like level 1 is fine, because he is quite close to you. But level 2, when you are far away from him, it's easy for him to dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would be nice to have like QE right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay. Do you see how, like, when you stay in range and you just keep hitting him, his HP gets lower and lower? You should have held this. You should have walked here and just held this here, so that your next wave stacks on it better.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same scenario as with Swain, where you would get level 3 faster.
I agree.
Like, do you see this?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay.
If I would have done it, the wave would be under my turret.
Yeah, and it's better.
How you said it, like my minion wave would focus on one minion because the enemy wave is arriving.
Yeah. And this will be just a more comfortable spot and a harder spot for him, right? Because if he has to walk here to CS, it's kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
Again, bad W. this is something that you can actually check yourself, which is just go through a game and just check what ability am I hitting and what ability am I missing. And so far, your E's are good. I don't think I've seen you miss an E so far. Good job. But your W's are awful. Your Q's are 50-50. I mean, most of them aren't even like intended to hit, right? Because you are like throwing them in the wave or something. But so you know that, okay, my E's are good, so let's just keep doing the same thing. But my W's, I really need to think about them more, because I'm just kind of throwing them at the end of the combo and it's not working. Like, look here, like, just kind of throw them forward. And why did you miss this? Because you were out of range. And why were you out of range? Because here, when you are hitting level 3, you are clicking here instead of here. Like just click at him.
That's a good point.
Because here's the thing, right? I've played mid lane against most elos. Like, I've played mid lane in silver when I was silver, and I played mid lane against like GM people in like 1v1s for coaching. And your style of laning, which is I will just wait and do nothing until I get my power spike, right? Like level 3 on Syndra, and then I will go and hit them. This works. This works very well until like Diamond 1. Like, people in Diamond 1 just kind of stand still and get hit, you know? So you can wait for the power spike easily, no problem, and then you can just hit them. Which is what we are seeing here. Like, you aren't getting punished in any way for playing quite badly. But as you go higher, it just stops working. And then you get stuck and you start losing games, so you get even more scared. And you play even safer, and you keep losing games, you know? Look, he's level 2. He has W, right? So he can't ever space you.
Yeah.
Why is he allowed to get this EXP?
I don't know if I pressed tab, but I think in this moment I was a bit afraid from jungle gank.
Well, I don't even know who the enemy jungler is, honestly. Because tab is not being pressed much. Amumu will not gank you after 3 camps randomly. I mean, keep in mind that if you held the wave at your tower, here, this situation would be happening where you would have to go like here, which is super safe, instead of like here.
I agree,
But it is actually a fair point. I don't think Amumu would be here. And consider his pathing, right? So like, he is not on red buff, so he is matching your jungler. So he should be like here now. So if you walk in the middle of the lane, there is no way he's ganking you. So here, fine, all nice. Save the W now and keep walking forward. Like, you walk from a great spot here to here where you do nothing, and he can hit the wave. Cringe. But here you can get back into the good spot, save W, just save the W, and he has to run away because he can't tank a WQ auto. So he would lose this CS, and he would lose EXP from this minion, and this minion. You just denied 3 minions worth of EXP, including a cannon. You are like half a level ahead. Because like this guy does not know how to play mid lane, because he's shoving into you. The way for him to play is to let you shove into him, so he just does not touch the wave. And because you are ranged, you would try to hit him, you would, you know, hit some minions with the Q. It's always like that. And the wave would push to him. And then he can easily get most of his CS, hit level 3, and then it's way harder for you to punish him, right? Because he has EW, it's kind of scary. But here, he has nothing. He's a cannon minion, you know, like about the same threat as a cannon minion. So you can just save your spells and walk at him. And he can't do anything. So this lane is lost for him already.
Yeah, I panicked, I think.
Yeah, like now it's fine for him, because now you have nothing, so you actually cannot stop him from getting this EXP, so the lane keeps being roughly even. Oh, he even gets the CS on the cannon minion. Oh, and you miss yours, not the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Good combo, right? But like, imagine if you were damaging him properly, he has no pot, he would be dead, if you were from level 1 consistently throwing damage into him.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you are going to take a trip backwards, just like press to the side and drop a ward.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes I forgot to place wards.
Yeah. Also,
It sounds bad, but
I mean, that's fair, right? Because like you can't think about everything at once, so if you don't have the habit, it's more difficult, right?
mm-hmm.
But also, you have tight mana situation. It's always like that early, right? So currently you have mana for 2 rotations. 2 rotations kill him if you hit your all of your spells and some autos.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you like for fun throwing away mana into the wave? Like now you can't kill him. Now you physically don't have the mana to kill him.
Yeah, I think I tried to predict a Q from him.
A Q forward or what?
Yes, yes.
He doesn't even have Q3.
He had.
Ah. No, don't do that. Like, if you are going to bait a Q, just like walk here and make him Q. Because like, look, if you are here, right?
Mm-hmm.
How is he going to Q? Like that. Like that's just how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Then you just step to here. Because here it's risky. Because here, even if he misses, you are in his range, right? So if you go top side, you are out of his range when he like lands here, roughly. Maybe go like this. And then just keep chasing him with auto Q, and you kill him probably. Like he can't Q forward here, he's dead. I mean, honestly, you can just tank the Q at this point because you are so far ahead in HP because he's bad. But even if you wanted to save HP, like you can just bait the Q. Again, don't look to not lose, look to win.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so this kind of sucks, especially that you want to do the same thing you did to Swain. Go get a ward on Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not even Raptors, just on this like area near Raptors, right? The wave is pushing to you. Just hold your mana, chill.
Do you think the wave is still pushing towards me?
Yes, it's like now it will push a bit slower, but it's still pushing to you. If you both just recall, it pushes to you.
Okay.
And he's also alive, right? Like he will throw Q into the wave. So you just don't touch the wave, get the ward, and call your jungler. Like what is he going to do? Go for a 2v2 at like 30% HP?
Probably not.
No, so he will just have to recall on a shit wave.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you get leads. Because now you are not doing anything. Again, we are wasting time. We could have full intel on Amumu because we have a ward here. Like Soraka placed a ward on the tribush. So if you place a ward here, Amumu is clearing downwards. So Amumu is clearing downwards. He has to show on one of them when going for the crab. So we would know where he is. But here we have a huge hole in the vision. So we just don't know what's happening. And you also can't play aggro because Amumu has a gank timer now. And you don't see him. That's on you. Like you are prohibiting yourself from playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
So just go and ward. Okay, now we see Amumu. Okay. And you see, like, he has to recall. I think you were throwing some damage into the wave, so... Yeah, like, if you throw damage into the wave, it will push back naturally towards him, but he is lower HP now, right? So it's fine. And this flash incident happens. Okay, I mean just throw the E, I think. Or even, you can probably just tank this. Like, don't throw the Q here. Just auto him. And then as he is coming back, Q here, he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, like, you are Syndra, okay? Like, you are Syndra into Yona Amumu. So
Yeah.
your flash is super valuable. But you decide to, like, flash for a solo kill. You know? Like, you are always dying here. Even if he doesn't get the Q off.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda useless.
I thought if I kill him, the wave is in a bad spot. If the wave is pushing towards me, I will have an advantage.
Yeah, but like you are guaranteed, like 100% that you will die level 6 on Amumu. Amumu will hit level 6 minute 7:30. He will come mid, flash ult you. What do you do?
Mm-hmm.
Like you just can't do anything. Like this is a game losing flash. Because they will come mid, flash ult you, and then they will go and kill your bot lane. And you are behind and your bot lane can't play the game. GG. Because without flash, you cannot dominate. Now, you are lucky your bot lane gets a triple kill, right? So nothing happens. Because, like, now you can't lose, like, the game is over now, right? But
Mm-hmm.
this is just kind of dumb luck, you know? So the better way to play this is, I mean, one, just kill him by throwing the Q onto the ghost as he's coming back. And just auto him to death, and also pop your potion earlier. But two, like, okay, you miss, happens, you know? He can't come back to fight. So just go and recall. This wave is still pushing to you. Like, you are both teleporting back anyways. And now, like, quiz time. Where is Amumu going to go?
Probably to his blue buff.
Yeah, because Gromp is respawning. So now you just go here, recall, he recalls, TP back, and play from bot side. And you do the same thing we wanted to do to Swain. It's a very broken strat. As the wave is coming into you, you throw poke. And then the wave is like here, you know, frozen, he's at 0 HP, your jungler just comes and collects the free kill. But now you will be the free kill. Like, look, this has to happen because you can't play aggro, because you have no flash, and there is a bounce. And at 5:30, a wave will come, which gives him level 6. And then he will and then he will just like stack Q3, flash Q3, ult, and Amumu comes and kills you. Like, look, if Amumu goes mid now, you can't do anything. Right? Like, just can't play the game. Like, now he is still a bad player, right? Like, he is pushing for no reason, but if he just maintains the slow push into himself, you can't play.
Yeah, I agree. But the point with Amumu, I think Amumu will still, because of his death, it still needs time before he reaches level 6.
He doesn't need 6 if Fiona just ults, you know?
Yep, okay, now that's true.
But just note, 7:30 is like the latest possible timer. Like, if you die once, then you hit at 7:30. If you don't die, you hit at like 6:30 as jungler. Like the perfect timer is like 6:30. Look Wukong. Oh look, 6:30. He will do Drake. Hit level 6. But he has like the perfect situation, right? And let's look Amumu. When he shows, he should be level 6 already. We see Amumu. Do you press tab? Like we see Amumu on the map. It's like critical information if he has level 6. Well, like where is your tab press, you know?
No, that's true.
But okay, like we've seen yet another early. Let's check out the Orianna VOD, more of an even matchup in terms of just champions. Okay, so you start off winning the lane, alright? So like at this point the lane is over in like Korean Chal, because this guy is AFK again, just like missing pings all over his face. And now the trick is to go here, like that, so that it goes into your casters. This Q is stupid. I'm guessing what you wanted to do is have the Q so that you have poke, right? So that it's harder for him to dodge.
Yeah.
But in that case, just like throw it here. Like it's 6 seconds, so just throw it here and just have it. Right? Because like why would you throw the Q when the lane is already started? Like now he should just beeline for you and get a Q in. It's okay, like you got free push. Okay, very nice. He had nothing to do.
Yeah.
The trick here is to not walk up here, but position yourself here, so that he doesn't have a good angle to hit. There is actually quite a nice trap with this, which is that if you are like massively stronger level 1, so let's say you are playing Orianna into Zerat. Like Zerat is turbo weak level 1 with like in an Alin, right?
Yeah.
So if you play here and he is like here and he wants this minion because he already threw the Q, then he might be tempted to walk like this. I've seen this a lot of times, and then you can maybe get an Alin angle because he will be forced to like run here. It's scarier level 2, but like people often allow themselves to be cut off easily. If you just run past the wave, they will run like this to be diagonal to you, and then you can cut them off and just push them into the river, and it's like GG.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
Okay. So here you dodge, very nice, and then you actually do a good play, just beeline for her, very nice. Okay. And you see, like, this guy is making the same mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay. Unlucky you missed, but you have AR, so you are fine. Like, you just win this. Okay. Keep playing aggro here because you are hitting level 2. That's good. That's a good play, but you should have thrown an auto attack here.
Yeah, I thought yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because you just hit 2, right, and then you can get a QW in. Okay, sure. Although here's the thing, why would you go here? Like you can steal CS from here, and then if he tries to like go and punish you for not having Q, then he has to go quite close to you. And first he will miss this minion, and second you will be close to get a QW in, because your Q is short cooldown. So if you stand here and he goes for a Q, like closer to hit it actually, then you will just chase him down and get a like QW auto in, and the lane is over. Because you have to like understand something, that the reason you might think that like laning phase is like long is because it takes a long time for a tower to break. But in reality, like in a match between good players, the laning phase is over in like 10 seconds, you know? Like whoever gets the first push just wins the lane. Okay, so here, like you just tried to dodge didn't work out, fine. Just like punish him here. Easy, right? Okay. Here it's fine to back off again. Q into nothing. Go for him. Like even if you fight him with just auto attacks, his Q is 7 seconds. Your W is 4 seconds, so you just win. Because you will get Q, W, and run away. Like you don't have to Q instantly as it comes up. Just run at him and auto, QW, run away.
That's a good point.
What should you have done here?
What?
Yes.
What placed in?
Just throw it over the wall, actually. Like just walk like here and just throw it over the wall so that you see like when he comes from Raptors.
Do you think a ward placed in the Raptors in the pit is better, or?
No, look, here. So like you walk here and you just drop it here. It's a bit better than this ward because like, you know, it also catches something like that. Like go here and flash on you. So just better to have a ward here.
And in the pit of the Raptors?
I don't like this ward. I know that midlaners like to like walk up here and drop this ward. I think it's bad.
Why?
Because
it gives not much vision.
Because the Raptors are often cleared already, and then like you don't really get any info. And like let's say you even spot the like there is no one here, right? Like it's so obvious that when you go here and you like stop for a second and you go back, like the ward is here, and it sees like I have actual ward range. Just wait, where is a ward? Like this is the range of this ward. So if I'm like smart jungler, okay, I hit level 3. Oh shit. I hit level 3. Right, like 1, 2, 3. I'm level 3 now. And this mid laner guy, he warded my Raptors and he's playing like this. Okay, then I just go here. I go like close to this. Like it's very easy to dodge the ward. And here you have no vision, right? Because there is a wall. So I just go here and flash on you, GG.
Yeah, it's a good point.
So like my problem with this ward is true, you got information on the pathing, but the ward does not allow you to dominate. But this ward allows you to play very aggro because the guy has to walk over the ward to get to you, and then you just switch. And then if he ever comes to you, like just run away, right? Okay. She should be getting punished on the CS. Okay, good. Like you need to develop this like eye for minions, right? The CS she gets punished on. You are way too far. You are level 3, and a good player already would have taken the CS.
Yeah.
So you are just missing a window to beat her up. And I mean, like it's factually true that the enemy has a Xin Zhao, and the Xin Zhao could be ganking you. True. Then get the ward down, you know.
Yeah, I agree. It's a bit weird that I don't do this, actually.
I mean, you know, like now you are aware of the concept, and I will show you like more sources to learn from, so it will be easy for you to pick up concepts. Okay, but let's actually end here and let's summarize our findings for now.
Yep.
Okay, so let's do this and let's do this, which is A, lay on the edge of bench. So for you just means closer to the enemy for now, right?
Mm-hmm.
B, play harder on cooldowns or cooldown differences.
Mm-hmm.
Check lol wiki for series. Like just open the wiki before every game, right? Like how long is the Swain E cooldown?
14 seconds.
Yes, and you are sitting here in a coaching session. It's pretty intense mentally, right? Because you have to think about all of these things, and yet you remember.
Mm-hmm.
So you would for sure remember the cooldown for the first like 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
C, word when third wave is arriving.
Mm-hmm.
D, I don't remember. Did we have anything else?
Yeah, we can punish the enemy if they want to last hit the minions.
Sure. Abuse last hit / animation lock. Windows to poke and F. Abuse the enemy on slow pushes, no matter which way the wave is going. So if you have a slow push, like going into the enemy, you have more levels usually. So you can just like walk past the wave and hit them and they can't do anything. But if the slow push is into you, you want to poke them a bit and then freeze, right? So whichever way the slow push goes, we are winning. And the reason why we can do that is because we are playing useful champions. Like when you start doing this, you will understand why Katarina and Zed and like Talon are just bad champions. He's bad champion because they can't do this. Like assassins are the worst class in this game. They work in solo queue because people can't lane. That's the first reason, and the other is that solo queue is chaotic, right? So it's easy to get some random kills. But why do you not see assassins in pro play? Like the only assassins you see is like Akali, which is more of a bruiser, and Sylas, a bruiser. It's because the class sucks at everything. They can't poke, they can't manipulate the wave, they just can't play the game. So that's why no good player plays them in pro play, because the champions are useless. So you will also learn how to abuse all of these like solo queue bullies like Katarina. Oh, let's see. 2 good players. Oh, you see, no time is wasted. Like he's instantly just going to find out the most information he can. Oh, and Syndra is not letting him into the lane because Showmaker knows, okay, this guy wants to throw the Q to have like this, good Q position that you tried to do. So he's not letting him at all. Free hit. But now he has no cooldown, so he has to run away. But because he hit him fast, it will get regen, right? So now it's even.
Yeah.
And now because both Showmaker had to run away from the queue, and Chovy had to just run back to lane, they couldn't pull the minions. Okay, now Chovy will get poked, right? Like just trade spell for spell. And Showmaker hit better because he got the auto-scene, so he has elite. But you see how both players are trying their hardest to win. Oh, walk forward, because again, CD difference. Like if you don't do this, you will just lose instantly. Like look at the junglers. Like here, T1 owner versus some kind of Lee Sin. This is also a pro player. Whoever gets prio on wave 3 just kills the other jungler very often, so they have to fight hard. I think Syndra just wins this matchup. I know that Orianna players, like Syndra players who are bad at laning, think that Syndra loses early because they can't space properly. But I think that if you space properly, Orianna just loses because she can't get into your range easily enough and you just outrange her.
Yeah. As I said in the beginning, I think the champion with more range usually wins. So in this matchup, I also prefer the Syndra
Yeah, I agree.
matchup because you can EQ in range, or he can't really attack you, and you lose the threats.
Yeah, and like you see how both players are playing really well, and at that point, just like raw champion differences matter. Like Syndra has a better early game, so Syndra forces the TP, right? So like, let's see what will happen now. Like just because we are watching from the POV of Chovy, like we aren't fanboying for him. We are just looking who plays better. And for now, Showmaker is playing better because he just hits more stuff. He is spacing better. And now look. Slow push back into Showmaker. And what is he doing? He's poking and letting the wave come back so that his Rakan and maybe Kiana have a timer for a gank. Because the Orianna has no TP, so it's a convenient timer. It's the same thing that I told you before. Like it's not, black magic.
That's true.
It's just like a common pattern, and it's fine that you didn't know, like this is normal, but just be aware that what I'm telling you is just a consistent pattern across all good players, right? He's letting the wave bounce while poking, and Lee Sin knows this. Look, so Lee Sin is going to hover him now to ensure that he can get his wave in. That's where the game gets more complicated because there is also jungle interference, right? But for now, it's good if you just focus on the raw laning. Okay, and now Chovy has to recall on a bad wave, so he misses a wave if he recalls, right? But now he spotted the Kiana, and he's confident that he can get the wave under. And he can get the wave under because Showmaker did not fin it enough. So Showmaker made a mistake that allows Chovy to play the game again. But if Chovy was scared, like you are either dancing back and forth here, if you are the Orianna, or you just recall because you will be scared. Like what if I die? But Chovy is like, I don't care. Like I'm winning this game. So I'm going to play to the very edge maximum. I know I can't die in a combo, so I am just going to shove the next wave.
Yeah, makes sense.
If you aren't constantly looking for an opportunity, you aren't going to get it. Like look, Showmaker made a mistake because his Kiana is not here. He overextended with no vision. He gets punished. GG, I think he dies. Oh, he maybe even outplays. Oh, never mind. He's faker. But if he died here, it would have been really bad because there is the slow push going into him, right?
Yeah, that's true.